Good morning. It's now 5:36, October 19th, 2021. So I have, it's interesting. I'm not one of those people that like to go and repeat the same thing over and over. I don't like having the same daily schedule, the same thing from 8 to 9 to 9 to 10. I like it being random. I like it being not the same. And this morning I got a meeting with a fella. I'm going to show him my Arbonne software, but I'm really interested in talking with him a bit about it's in the direction of the software and see if he wants to help me with some sales and marketing. That'd be awesome. It'd be great to have him on board as anywhere from just an affiliate to a commissioned salesperson to, being in the driver's seat for some of his marketing efforts. I can see some potential alignments on where he's going with what he's got some interest in. So maybe there's some alignment in that regard. So I'm hoping that could be something good. Anyways, I was working on this week. I have this module I'm calling an ASIN watcher, and ASINs are an Amazon tracking SKU. And the goal of this module is really to track changes between, like every day I was going to do a check, make sure that Amazon's catalog is got the same title. If it doesn't, it'll flag it out. And then there's about 6 or 7 other properties it's going to look for, because there's so many times when you're running products on Amazon that some other seller will come in and they'll change the brand or the category or something like that. And it's like, that makes a difference, because if you go from category to category, some categories are charged 15%, some are 8%. So if you're making your buying decisions based on an 8% referral fee, then all of a sudden it jumps to 15. Well, that's a huge chunk. Likewise, if someone else shows up that's not been selling it for as long as you have and they change the product title, you kind of want to know, because it can affect a lot of things like your keyword rankings and stuff like that. So you got to kind of stay on top of these things. I've been burnt myself a number of times on that, and it's very frustrating because it's largely out of my control, but sometimes you can go and put it back. But at least if you're in the know, you're a lot wiser to it. So this module, it'll be twofold. It'll let you create a list of stuff you want to add, a list of ASINs you want to keep a monitoring of, and then it'll also check what the ASINs that are related to your SKUs in Arbonne. So the value there is, or the idea there is that as a standalone module, if you just have this module that's doing this checking for you, you just put in those ASINs you want, and then Bob's your uncle. On the flip side, if you're already a customer, you're doing business, you're sending in shipments, all that stuff, then you don't have to load this extra list. So it just kind of knows, okay, let's go check these ones. But then if you want to augment that, so if you're on this main one of the ERP plans, then you got this big thing here, and it's also going to bring in that list of that other stuff. So it's like an add-on if you're on the main plan, or it's a standalone if you want to go that way. Because now it's a smaller, it's smaller money per month, and it's a way to get people kind of in my platform and get them experiencing the Amazon by Arbonne experience. So I've got that to the point where I think it's working. So I just need to do some testing now. So that's what today is about, is testing that out, making sure it's working the way I want to. I was thinking in the shower this morning some good ways of leveraging that capability for keeping it current. So like if I onboard a new customer today, some of those SKUs will come into the system from a report, but there's no, at that point, is because it's a brand new account in our system, we haven't synced all the other stuff yet. We don't know what all the titles are for all these products, but we have that SKU from one of the reports, and all the report shows is the SKU, no title. A day or so later, we have all the titles and the SKU. So when we create those SKUs in our Arbonne side of the database, then what happens is it just puts a plug in there. It just says SKU 123 in the title and the name of the product. So when you're a new user in a system, it shows that kind of that temporary name and never really gets updated, which is kind of ugly. So I want to put a flag. I was thinking in the shower this morning, I could do a flag where, check box where it'll keep current with the Amazon catalog. So then that way, every day, the Amazon catalog gets synchronized. We check for those differences, and then if the title is different in that for those SKUs, then it'll update those ones as well. So that MSKU 1, 2, 3, 4 is replaced with Lego, Hogwarts Castle, whatever it is, right? And with that, then you get some good stuff. You don't have to worry about inputting data and cut and pasting and all that, keeping everything current. So that's a cool way of getting some extra value out of that kind of a functionality. So I'm looking forward to. I should add it to my list actually, so that I don't forget it, and then go from there. But yeah, today I'm going to test that thing out, make sure it works. I'm going to meet with this guy, and we'll see how the day goes. I think that will be enough for this day's journey, and if all goes well, I've adapted this checking routine from another part of the system, so I need to make sure that other part of the system also works, which is the spreadsheet import. So that when someone's new to the system, they load a spreadsheet, and then they would go check all the ASINs and SKUs and all that stuff on against Amazon, make sure they're all valid, and download some details. So what I need to do is make sure those work as well. So convert that from the old one to this new thing, and then that should be good. So yeah, that'll be a lot today. It's slow testing this back end business, but it's critical. Awesome. Peace out.